climate scientists tell us we must achieve by 2030 what humanity is trying to accomplish by 2050 to avoid irreversible ecological tipping points. In other words, we must accelerate time by 3. And to achieve this, we need to change the way we think about change. Business as usual climate solutions are not up to the task. We need a climate moonshot strategy. How can we empower cities to become carbon neutral? Can a city change the world and reinvent the planet? Yes, we can. Please accept the invitation and join the Cool City Challenge. A warm welcome to our next speaker, David Gershon from the Empowerment Institute in California.
It's a pleasure to be with you today. I wish to talk about a strategy for empowering cities to become carbon neutral by 2030, first in California, then across America and the world. It's a bold idea. It's a climate moonshot. We call it the Cool City Challenge. What is the climate challenge? Scientists tell us we have only 10 years to achieve rapid carbon reduction to avoid hitting irreversible ecological tipping points that threaten human viability on Earth. Where can we get the most carbon reduction in the shortest period of time? Cities. They're the natural focal point because they generate 70% of our carbon emissions, and with currently available solutions can become carbon neutral. And citizens are the natural starting point within cities because they represent 70% of cities' emissions, and they can mobilize an entire community. What solutions can create carbon neutral cities without offsets in 10 years? There are top-down solutions of policy, technology, and market creation. They have been successful, but they're not sufficient in achieving substantial carbon reductions. There's bottom-up solutions of behavioral change. Again, they've been successful, but not sufficient to achieve enough carbon reduction. But what if, by combining top-down and bottom-up climate solutions, we could create carbon neutral cities by 2030? How do we activate this whole system climate solution? The key is us and our behavior. Bottom-up behavioral change, the demand side, activates the supply side of policy, technology, and market creation. So how do we empower citizens to change their behavior? Enter the Cool Block program. A block leader finds 5 to 8 households on their block or in their building. They meet 9 times over 4.5 months. They move through 5 topics: disaster resilience, carbon reduction, water stewardship, neighborhood livability, and empowering others. There's 120 action recipes that help change the behavior, a peer support system, self-directed meeting guides, a volunteer coach, a mobile web platform, and integration of local resources. People are engaged because they are seeking greater meaning. They want to create a better world for their children. They're seeking more community. They want to know their neighbors. They're seeking agency. They want to make a difference. 5 cities have engaged in this program across California: Palo Alto, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Mountain View, and Isla Vista. 125 Cool Blocks have completed this program, 2,000 plus participants. 29% on average is the carbon footprint reduction per household, and 45% participation rate on the block through a neighbor-to-neighbor recruitment process. So it has been effective. However, we need to go further. We need to change at a much faster pace to get to carbon neutral cities by 2030. The science of tipping points shows us how. Diffusion of innovation research shows that 15% of a population is all that's needed to tip an innovation. So 15% of a block tips a block, 15% of a neighborhood tips a neighborhood, 15% of neighbors in a district tip a city. And ultimately, we move on to region, state, country, and planet, all along building climate action capacity. And we have the key ingredients necessary to empower people to rapidly change. The power of a compelling vision. Carbon neutral cities by 2030 is an idea I believe whose time has come. Innovation driven by necessity. We have an extinction level threat with climate change. We need to innovate. Catalysts from bottom-up behavioral change. When we can engage a whole community, we can really make great progress. And an idea whose time has come, taking on climate change at scale. We can do this. California can lead the charge, I believe, because of the urgency it's facing with climate-induced fires and droughts across the state, the strong environmental ethos, bold legislation, funding, innovation know-how, and an ambitious 2035 carbon neutrality goal. Our scaling mechanism is called the Cool City Challenge. Phase 1 launched June 1st, 2021. Multi-sector teams of over 40,000 people in cities applied. We're awarding $1 million to up to 5 California cities, plus our equivalent empowerment institutes capacity building. Winning cities will be announced October 15th, 2021. And phase 2 of the Cool City Challenge will be starting June 1st, 2022. We'll be awarding $1 million to 25 more California cities, plus 25 cities across America, and our support. We'll be creating a carbon neutral city prize to support moonshot innovations and incentives for achieving carbon neutrality by 2030. And then we'll be creating phases 3 and 4 in 2023 and 2024, 100 cities each in each year across California, America, and the world. Our vision is that by 2030, we have carbon neutral cities across California, across America, across the planet. By 2035, we have a carbon neutral California facilitated by these carbon neutral cities, and a carbon neutral planet facilitated by these carbon neutral cities all across the world. Rilke, my favorite poet, says, again and again, history, again and again in history, some people wake up, they have no ground in the crowd, and they move to broader, deeper laws. They carry strange customs with them and demand room for bold and audacious action. The future speaks ruthlessly through them. They change the world. It is our time to change the world. I invite you to be part of that amazing journey of changing the world. If you want to know more about Cool City, visit coolcity.earth. I look forward to having you learn more about what we're doing and be part of this adventure. Thank you.